What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video. And today we're doing What If Naruto was Raised on Myōboku, Episode 1. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. In this timeline, Hiruzen becomes afraid of the idea of Danzo making Naruto a weapon for his own personal affairs. He'll most likely steal Naruto and use him in his own agenda to do God knows what. Hiruzen thinks of all the strongest people he knows best suited to raise the boy. No one clan can possess a Jinchuriki, so that rules out quite a number of candidates. Being the Hokage, he could bypass this rule. However, him being so busy looking after the village, Danzo could still manage to get in contact with him and steal him. Minato's old student Kakashi has made quite a name for himself with his transpoint Sharingan. However, he seems too young. That, and he's too immature to handle such a big responsibility. I left one candidate in Hiruzen's mind. He contacted Jiraiya and asked him to meet up with him in the Leaf. Explain the situation to him. Jiraiya isn't interested in adopting any child. It'd make it harder to keep her spy work, as well as make him less of a hit with the ladies. Hiruzen pleaded with Jiraiya, trying to appeal to his morals. Minato was a student, and Jiraiya was the boy's godfather. He can't just let Naruto become a tool for someone else. After a loud sigh, Jiraiya looks at Hiruzen and gives him an ultimatum. If he can find someone suitable for a job to raise him, will that be okay? Hiruzen agrees, trusting Jiraiya since he did train him. The council meet up with Hiruzen and Jiraiya about the situation where the trio are in disagreement. The Nine-Tails is an important military asset, and simply taking him out of the village will make the Leaf seem weak and vulnerable, making the whole concept of Jinchuriki obsolete. Knowing how important this is to Hiruzen, Jiraiya thinks on his feet and splurts out a suggestion. Naruto can be taken away and trained. When he reaches the age of graduation, he is to be brought back to take the Genin exams and become a Leaf Shinobi. This gives them the best of both worlds, so the council would have to agree against Danzo's better judgment. Jiraiya would take the baby Naruto and use reverse summoning to appear in Mount Myōboku. He'd arrive at Fukasaku's and Shima's house, shocking them as they saw Jiraiya holding a weeping baby. Shima takes Naruto off of Jiraiya and begins to cradle him, instantly stopping him crying, making the third sage grin witnessing this. He explains the situation to the duo, asking them to take care of the child, which they agree to since they know the importance of such a task. Naruto would be raised with toads and learns to befriend them all slowly over time. He'd come to see Fukasaku and Shima as his parents as they essentially raise him and appeal to his inner interests, training and food. Since he hasn't had any real food, he thinks Shima's food is to die for. As for Fukasaku, he began training Naruto at quite a young age to complete the task that the Leaf wanted from him. He'd ask other toads to help Naruto with his taijutsu since his old body would be harder for Naruto to fight. It means that Naruto would adopt a toad-like taijutsu style, as well as learning how to wield the sword. He himself would try to teach Naruto how to use better chakra control by teaching him tree walking and water walking. I could also see Naruto meditating to try and best refine it. Fukasaku would teach Naruto a very easy jutsu to learn to try and get him to use the right amount of chakra in his attacks, and be very more useful. Water release, water bullet technique. You'd come to find later that Naruto's affinity is wind, however it is handy to learn another nature transformation. Jiraiya would have contact with Naruto and spars with him to see how he's coming along. Despite how Naruto is currently, he would not be allowed to graduate the academy without a transformation jutsu and a clone jutsu, and would tell Fukasaku this. The older Toad would reply to Jiraiya that Naruto's chakra control will never truly be refined enough to learn the regular clone jutsu, so he'll need a substitute. Jiraiya takes it upon himself to teach Naruto the Shadow Clone jutsu, telling him how to train with it. It wouldn't take long for Naruto to pick up this jutsu, especially with a mentor teaching him. Naruto's seal on the Kyuubi would have been weakened to what it was in Shippuden. However, due to the peaceful environment Naruto lives in, he's never awoken any of the chakra, not even the whiskers and eye that is most commonly seen. Now let's discuss the elephant in the room. Does Naruto have Sage Mode? Well, no. It's quite dangerous, so Naruto had only been being taught how to use Senjutsu when he's around 11 to 12, and will be able to do it alone to practice it, otherwise he risks death, and the Toads aren't going to risk that. He would have a basic understanding needed and is well on his way to learn it, but he hasn't fully grasped it yet. Jiraiya would come to Myōboku and find Naruto, telling him that tomorrow morning they're going to the Leaf Village so he can do the Genin exams. He's a bit worried to be leaving, but is reassured by Jiraiya that people in the Leaf are kind and there will be a lot of people looking out for him. That night, there's a massive party of every Toad coming over to say goodbye to Naruto. As a passing gift, Naruto will be given the summoning contract, so if he needs anything, one of them will come to his aid. Let's jump to the Leaf and talk about them. Mizuki would need to trick a Genin to steal the scroll ceiling for him, and thinks about who the dumbest person would be. He'd ask to speak with Kiba in private and tells him about the scroll, which a knuckle-headed ninja and his dog steal, not knowing any better. Kiba goes out into the woods and begins training, learning the Shadow Clone Jutsu. You can only create one shadow clone, but for Kiba that has a lot of usage. Sume and Kurumaru quickly find the duo, and scold them about the situation when they learn that Mizuki has double-crossed the leaf. Sume sniffs Mizuki nearby, and quickly takes him down, reporting everything to Lord Third, and thusly all is forgiven. Genin teams are assigned with the same teams as normal. When Team 7 is announced, both Sasuke and Sakura are confused about who their third member is on their team. Kakashi arrives, and tells Sasuke and Sakura where to meet him before rushing off. There, they spot Naruto sitting like a toad with a blank stare. Everyone will discuss their interests, with Sasuke paying close attention when Naruto speaks. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. My likes are fly catching, Mars cooking, and playing with Gamakichi and Gamatatsu. My dislikes are hawks and snakes and other predators. My dream is, to become Chief Toad, I guess. That just leaves more questions than answers to the Uchiha. The bell test arrives and Naruto attacks Kakashi right at the bat, as that's how his fights usually start, since there's no point in hiding from a massive toad. Using shadow clones and sword swings, Naruto makes Kakashi have a great interest in the boy, especially when seeing his water bullet technique. Sasuke analyzes this from afar, amazed at this boy's skills. He seemingly came out of nowhere and he can already do a nature transformation. As normal, Kakashi uses the 1000 Years of Death, and Naruto lands in a nearby pond. Kakashi goes to pull out his book and begins to leave until he hears splashes behind him. The pond itself begins to shake as a bunch of water bullets fire out at Kakashi, making him have to dodge. He also predicting for shadow clones to leap out, going to grab the bells. One of the hands of the shadow clones grasps the bells, while Kakashi uses a substitution jutsu to escape. All clones disperse as the actual Naruto swims out of the pond and begins to bounce through the trees like a toad looking for Kakashi. He's caught by Sasuke standing in front of him, asking how Naruto got so strong. I was trained by a very big toad on a faraway secret mountain that no one else can get to. Naruto doesn't have self-awareness, so he doesn't understand that what he just said is a bit nonsensical. Sasuke sees this as mocking, and launches himself at Naruto, wanting to test his power, but he's also a bit angry that someone would dare mock him. The duo get into a taijutsu spar, with Naruto's Toad Taijutsu presenting an issue for Sasuke. It's too unpredictable, which makes him struggle to keep up. He leaps back and fires a fireball jutsu at Naruto, using a water bullet to extinguish the attack. In the steam, a shadow appears, and as soon as a flash, both Naruto and Sasuke are tied up with rope. They are tied to posts as Sakura is given both lunches. She of course gives some to Sasuke, who tells her to give some to Naruto as well, making Team 7 pass. Naruto would be given temporary residence to live in, however he doesn't use the bare house he's given. He'd rather live in the nearby forest or the environment, as to feel in his own element. He'd meet with some toads around the area, and although they aren't like the others being regular, they do remind him of home. Naruto is a regular nature and makes Sasuke annoyed at his strength, making him train a bit harder, not feeling comfortable to be at his level. He'd do some research about Naruto's fighting style, like how he uses a sword and how he utilizes a water element. However, he won't understand how to counter the fighting style. The only way to do that would be with a Sharingan, but he doesn't possess one. Not yet, anyway. But guys, that's all over here. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment below and go up in the next episode. This was inspired by a comment by Mac. He's a good friend of mine. He's helped me with a lot of other scripts. And, yeah. Also, next week, I'm hoping to do a Katsuki week, where every Katsuki member will turn good on a different day. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If it's not next week, it will be the week after that. And, yeah. Bye!